Would you rather fight a goose every time you wake up for the rest of your life, or fight a male silverback gorilla once every 2 years? Like, you don't know when or where it's gonna come from, but you will have to fight every single day. If you think I'm picking either of these, you're crazy. Myself. Nah.
But if you had to pick one.
But the thing is, like, it brings up traumatic times for me, right? Because this one time I'm on a date, you know what I mean? I'm young dude. This is way back. We saw a movie. We were walking. This is like at Eglinton Town Center. That's a low spot. But if you know, you know. Anyway, walking to the parking lot. We're coming back. You know, Shorty was holding onto my hand. I'm like, I'm that nigga. I see like a little bush and there's like a bunch of goose, I guess, around. I guess there was maybe babies that were there. So the mom came straight for me. I let go of Shorty's hand. I caught myself immediately. Like, that's.
How far did you run before you?
I didn't run. I almost went to run. And I was like, oh! I let go of her hands.
It's a love letter. There's some things that I do, but I won't say I do. You should get to know me better. But it's way too many things that I put you through. She left the years at my house. She thinks she's Cinderella. She braid my hair, rub my back, and roll my cigarette. Hey, she don't know about that pain, so I can never feel.
About to get louder, nigga.
Dang. I feel like we partying right now.
Of course.
On a Saturday afternoon.
Come on, man. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. We're trying to shit down before they hit me with copyright, which I actually don't think that Don Toliver is actually going to. He's one of the ones that whenever I put his songs in the episode, like, it doesn't get flagged or anything.
He's probably watching your stuff.
Come on, he knows.
Yeah, he's rating it.
He knows greatness, bro. He knows greatness. But you know what it is, man? It's another episode of the Return of the Mac podcast. Your host, Ox Cordaddy, Direct Poppy, Jameson Poppy, a.k.a. Let's See What's in the Pants, a.k.a. Just Playing in a Relationship, but not really, though. A.k.a. Young Denzel. A.k.a. We got new AKAs, baby. A.k.a. Harry Potter. A.k.a. Hermione. Come on, stop playing with me, bro. The day we discovered Harry Potter, I was fucking dying, me and Schneider. And then we're like, yo, we can also do Hermione, as in Hermione. And we're like, wow, different.
I don't know about that. That would have been super different. You might get copyright for that one.
Yo, listen, find me, nigga. I'm changing my name. I'm going back to Congo. They can't find me.
They got no internet down there.
Exactly. Well, listen, man, we got a very, very special episode. First of all, as you can see, the set is quite different. Pun intended. You know what I mean? Like, listen, we shoot at this studio, which is owned by The Set, which is also the man behind the lens. And, you know, this surprised me. Like, surprise is even an understatement, is what I'm saying, to be honest.
This is crazy.
You know, we're used to coming to the studio and shooting in a specific location and in a certain angle. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then days leading up to this episode, which is a special episode, we'll get to our guest in a little bit. You guys heard him talk. But before we get to our guest, London was kind of, you know, hinting at some things. And I was like, all right, yo, this guy, he loves to keep a secret, but he's one of those guys that has a secret and lets you know he has a secret, right? He's like, yo, I got something crazy. I can't say. I'm not telling you. Exactly, I can't tell you. Can't tell you. You're gonna have to wait and see. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I trust this guy. Obviously, we've been shooting how many episodes together, so that's my guy, right? Yeah. He told me, like, listen, we need this. You might need this. Bring it on set. Let's see what we can do. I get in here and I see this, and I'm like, nah,
it's different.
This nigga outdid himself. And bombs for set, bro.
No, it's different.
Different. Bombs for RTM too fucking nigga. Gunshots for.
I'll be watching the show on YouTube, and I was thinking the whole time. I said, oh man, when I'm gonna sit on the couch, all right, I'm not gonna flex. And then I come here, this guy hit me with the left. I said, oh, I gotta rethink this now.
Yeah. I know those ones. But you guys heard the guest. Listen, it's another episode of Return to My Podcast. We have very cool people that come on the show. People that I'm always interested in hearing more about and hearing about their story. And for this episode, we have none other than the creator. We call you CEO. CEO of UBA
me.
Clothing.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. Round of applause from everyone in the studio. I mean, shout out Leaks on set too.
Thank you, appreciate it.
How you feeling, man?
Feeling great, man. Thank you for having me. Of course. I've been watching your show for a little while now, since I think it's been about a year.
Jeez,
and
real one.
Hey, man.
Thank you, man.
I've been wanting to be here, and I appreciate you for having me.
No, I'm really happy to have you here. We were talking in the DMs for a little bit too, and yeah. I know sometimes when I talk to people in the DMs and I tell them it's actually gonna happen, sometimes they're like, I don't know, is he really? I'm like, no, but really, like, I wouldn't even entertain a conversation of someone I wouldn't want to have on the show. You know
appreciate
what I mean? So it's like
that's love.
I was seeing what you were doing with UBA and everything, and it's like, of course, I have that jacket as well, and I get mad compliments on it too.
Appreciate it, man.
But yeah, so before let's get into it, right? I want to ask some questions about how you got started and everything like that, right? So let's start with UBA Clothing. What is it? How did you start it? When did you start it?
Wow, we're going way back. So I guess it's crazy because the idea behind the clothing it actually started as a photography. UBA started as MBOA. UBA stands for MBOA in French, which stands for pretty much a beautiful art. That's always been the goal, right? Everything that I do, I'm a creator first. I have a background in architectural, so I do designs. And when I got into photography, I was trying to figure out what would be the name, right? And I'm big in art, and I thought the picture that you're taking and what you're capturing, it's all about art. And what if we put a sponsor to it, saying, "Hey, that's a beautiful art." Mboa, you know, I'm French. I'm from Congo. Shout out to Congo.
Boom, boom.
And I just thought it just made sense. It just made sense. I'm a clothing guy. I'm an art guy. And it translated to making my own clothes, pretty much.
Fire.
Right.
So you started initially. You said it was in photography, right?
Starting photography,
which is a skill that you still exercise with this business.
Yes,
but
sir.
What made you decide clothes?
So the way it started with photography, it was I used to take a lot. I travel a lot, so I used to take a lot of pictures and I'll stamp it on my shirt to showcase where I've been.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So, which is pun intended to you're wearing a beautiful art, right?
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely, you start with one shirt. Everybody's saying, "Oh man, that's crazy, that's crazy." I say, "Yeah, it's cool. You know, it's cool." And it was more. It was the intention was more about showcasing my photography skills on where I've been, telling a story through art.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, I love clothes, man, and I started stamping on my clothes.
Yeah.
For anybody that been following me since 2019, that was the first time I did my first drop. It was one of those, you go to the black market, you got a few shirts and a few hoodies, just start stamping your stuff, and from there, man, it just easily translated from that spot to where I got more comfortable in making complex work and showcasing art in different format and not just pictures.
Yeah, and you're doing a really good job at it too, right?
Thank
I
you.
see the evolution of the brand and how much better the fabric is getting, and even like the clothing itself, just how it looks, right? So it's like the constant evolution is great to see. How did the people receive it? Like when you first started putting out the clothing?
I wouldn't count the first drop, which goes in 2019. You know why? Because I feel like it was more. There wasn't a lot of process in terms of thinking what the output would be. It was more of a stamp it and drop it. So my first real drop came in 2020, May 2020, during COVID time, and I gotta say, man, that was lots of love because nobody's seen it coming.
Yeah.
After that one drop that I did the previous year before, I died out, never showed anything, and I came back on IG and just said, "Hey, UBA clothing dropping," and they said, "Whoa, this is crazy. Nobody's seen it." And when I dropped it, it was all love, man. It's the people that tapped into it. Oh man, you know, and that gave me so much confidence.
Of course,
that gave me so much confidence because I wanted to do this, and now that I felt that I had the community and the support behind me, and I said, "Let's get it going," and it was love. It was love, and I just started it, but it was love already from the jump.
That's a great feeling.
You know,
it's a great feeling. I noticed that you also don't really put your face out there too much, like what's synonymous with the brand. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of those things where. Like I knew it was Erico behind this because I know people that know you, that are closer to you, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, that's really sick. He's doing that, but I'm not seeing like that's not like, you know, in like on Front Street in terms of having your face with the brand synonymous with each other.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I want people to identify the art that I'm putting out by itself. You judge it by itself, and I feel like when people get carried away on who made what, then it becomes there's preference, right? And I want people to judge the art without even knowing me. I know some of my boys that I knew that I went to school with, and they're rocking it. And then one day they see me, they said, "Oh, that's you?" I'm like, "Yeah, but you know, I appreciate the fact that you're rocking it without me, knowing that it's me." And that's really what it's all about. I want you to appreciate the art from like its main core, which is what your output, what you're getting, and I want to keep that separate. And you know, it's business, right? Unless I come to a show like this where I have to show the man behind
the brand,
the brand.
Yeah.
But other than that, UBA and me is two different two different things, and we just work together behind the closed doors.
Yeah, no, it's amazing, man. And it's also like a nice little ego check too, because like a lot of people, like, they want to be, it's me, it's all about me. Like, yo, put their faces on a shirt, which is not bad. I actually have a homie who did that. Shout out to him, he's a real one. But I'm just saying, like, it's an interesting thing to like start a brand and not put yourself in the forefront. So it's cool to hear that you did that, and also the reason why you did it too. A really smart reason.
Yeah.
Because like you said, people can specifically just hate on it because it's yours, or
For sure.
the opposite, only rock it because
it's yours.
Exactly. So it's like you don't know if they genuinely fuck with it or not.
Exactly,
right?
And that's what it comes down to, right? It's more of, I want you to judge it. Just judge that. Don't judge me. Judge the art that you're receiving, right? The clothes that you're receiving, and make your own decision out of that, opposed of putting in a relationship with the person who made it. It's like, I'm not gonna rock with your music just because I know you. You know, I'm not gonna rock with your clothes just because I know you. But I really want to rock with this without the person behind it. Like, I fuck with this. You know? So that's what it comes down to.
Interesting. So how did your parents take it once you decided you wanted to do this? Because I know at the beginning you said you started with the background of architecture, right?
Yeah.
So you went to school for architecture.
Yeah.
And everything. And so did you graduate?
I did.
So that's huge.
That's huge.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, congrats, you did that. You're killing it. You're gonna become an architect. And then you tell your parents, actually, I want to do this.
You know, I think with my parents always been very supportive in terms of what I do, but I deliver what they want. You know, African parents, man, I wouldn't say that they're big on just school, but they want you to fall back on something strong, and it's not like oh, you gotta do this and that's all you gotta do, but it's like you do that, at least you have that.
Exactly.
And you know, I graduated as an architecture technologist, and actually right now I'm trying to finish my few of my licenses so I can start my own business and start designing as a licensed designer.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, it's hard.
A lot of people didn't know that, so that's
congrats, and that's amazing. That's amazing. So yeah, even like the fact you went to school in architecture, I'm sure like you have some skills that transfer into what you're doing now, right?
For sure.
And also getting your certification or getting the I guess credentials that you need to become more of a designer is really sick. What's the process like in terms of coming up with a new launch or even a new piece?
It goes way back. Like I can just speaking of the what I'm wearing right now. This is the Capsule 4 that's dropping out the first day of summer. We had the pre-order a few weeks ago. Yeah. But just this piece, it goes back to like when I was like 4 years old, right? And it's all the nostalgic that you get of, especially with clothes, where I relate on things where it's like as I get older, I'm like, man, I remember what I used to like. Yeah. And like, wouldn't it be cool to rock it now? Would it be cool to put a twist on it now? And that's really what it comes down to. It takes time. Like this took me like the first time I wore something like this, where it was like an army type of style. Yeah. It's my dad. I think it was my birthday. I was like 4 or 5 years old. I'm actually even send you a picture of it. I was 4 or 5 years old.
I'll plug that in.
And I'm holding a little pistol. I got the army joint top and bottom. Trying to look like, you know, a certain guy. And I showed that to my son. I have a 4-year-old, and he's so amazed with that. He loved it so much, and he loves music. And the reason why I was wearing that, because at that time I used to listen to a lot of Wenge. I don't know if you know about.
Of course I do. Wenge Music. I had all the VHS. Like,
yeah,
come on,
those were my guys, man. I used to love their music, and they dropped an album where they had like this type of suits. I was like, oh my God! I called my dad. I said, Dad, I gotta get it. I need this, man. And you know, you're in Congo, so it's like it's not easy to be getting anything, man. It's like everything costs, you know. So
oh wait, so you're born there?
I'm born there.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes, sir.
How long did you stay there for?
I moved here before my 9th birthday.
Oh wow, okay, so
I'm a real born raised.
Yeah. 8 years, that's hard. I didn't know that.
Shout out to Mongafula, that's the ends.
Jeez, shout out kid, bro. Shout out kid. Yeah, you started going.
So it started from that, and as I got older, I was listening to the album again a few years back, and it just brought back where it's like, man, I want to rock that piece again, and that's where it really came from, man. And I thought about that. I thought about what I was rocking that, and like, how would I do it now? Yeah. And it just escalated from there. A lot of the ideas that I'll be doing, it takes a few years, and I have things planned already that I want to drop, and I just wait till the next one comes out, right? So that's really what it comes down to.
Got you. No, I love that, like the creativity of being a kid, and then now that you're older, you're like, you know what, I did love this.
did
And it's
love
like,
that.
let me recreate that and make that happen there too. That's really sick. I actually had no idea you were born back there.
Born
That's
and raised,
hard.
man.
And then
raised.
so when you moved out here, was there any family that was already here? Or did you move with your parents?
my
So
dad,
keep talking. I'm gonna fix the cord thing.
my dad initially came down. He moved to Canada back in the late '90s, and I actually stayed back home with my grandparents. So my dad came, and then my mom followed through, and I came right after my sister was actually born. 2001 baby, and I came that summer. Spent a few months in Washington D.C.
What?
I have a lot of family down there. Right before moving here, imagine being a Congo kid coming straight to America.
Washington.
Man. Washington, you know, straight to America, and and we moved here, and that's where it started from. You know, straight Moss Park, downtown guy.
Jeez. What school did you go to?
Downtown.
Yeah.
Collège Français.
Collège Français.
Collège Français.
Trash
you know.
ass school.
It is. But hey, you know what? That's where all the art guys come from, man.
Nah,
I'm telling you.
It's always beef.
I'm
He's not
telling you.
lying. Yeah, I guess.
I ain't lying, cause we got some actresses who are on big time shows.
Oh,
right now.
listen. If
Yeah,
we're talking
man.
about the graduates of EB, we were just talking about that the other day. Of like people from EB, it's crazy. Like, yo, the weekend went to EB. Like, yo, we have not fucking around, fucking around. But we have like Olympians. We've got Ellie, who like
You guys had a figure skater.
yes.
What was his name?
Something Poirier, right? And then we also have Patrick Chan too.
Patrick Chan. I remember
And
that
then
guy.
we had Kosar. She was also Olympic like figure skater. We had a few people that just kind of popped off. I was like, what the fuck? It's weird.
We got a lot of models that came out of our school.
Yeah?
A lot of girl models that came out, and a lot of actresses. We had this is way back. I was like in grade 8. We had two guys who were on Degrassi with Drake.
What?
That came out of College Français. Yeah.
No,
I'm
who?
trying to remember his
Oh, you trying to
name, but
remember
like he
his?
was one of the. He had like curly hair. Like, yeah. We had a guy who was a skater who was sponsored by Nike.
What?
Yeah. We had that. We had Clark. I don't know if you guys know Clark, but we had Clark. She plays on a few shows. She was actually in Handmaid's Tale. Like, yeah,
Really?
Come on, man. Shout out to College Français, man. The Phoenix.
Yeah, no, shout out Collège Français. You guys are doing big things still. But I'm still very curious about the process. So like, still on that, you explained like it takes a long process because you pull inspiration from things that happened in the past and everything else, right? But I'm talking about in terms of actually getting the clothes done, right? Like how was it in terms of? Oh, hold on. Okay. How was it in terms of getting like a supplier or like, you know what I mean? Things that getting their specific
hard.
fabrics and stuff.
So so after I got the idea, now it's time to make it to reality. I have a seamstress that I pretty much pitch all my ideas to. And she's an amazing talent, and she can literally make anything happen as long as I tell her, hey, this is what I want, this is how I want it.
Yeah.
And that process itself, once you pitch the idea and you guys start getting to samples, that process, that's like a month within itself. And that's before we test trial, we see the fabrics, we see what works, what are the best combination, what are the best type of seaming that we're gonna do with high color, this color, and best cut. And I would say it could take up, if you know what you're doing, you can drop it within like 3 months. 3 months. That's if you have the right person that you're working with.
Yeah. All right. Sorry to interrupt your episode. Well, I'm not sorry because you need to subscribe. If you're watching this, it's because you're not subscribed. That's actually a lie. But please do subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Keep sharing the show. Anyway, back to the show.
So generally speaking, I would say 3 to 4 months, because for it to get done, for it to get sampled out, you approve the sample, for it to get, bulk wise, it's a lot, and they gotta make the bulk wise, right? So like it depends who you have in your camp. So on my campus, I have a lot of working pieces where I buy things as a whole. I don't it's not like I just buy a t-shirt. I actually buy just the fabric, and then we build from the fabric.
Oh wow!
So it's a little bit longer, where it's like it's really custom made. Right.
Yeah, that's really sick though. Are these people local or is this like
no? You know what, man? So my first drop in 2019, I started local.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to find local, especially in Toronto, where the price point is really high.
Yeah,
and
of course.
You're very limited in terms of what you're looking for. So everybody gets pretty much what everybody gets. And unless you know a guy, unless you know this person,
you have to be connected.
You have to be really connected.
Yeah.
But when it comes to if you really want to take the next step, the leap of faith, you have to go international, and that's what it comes down to. And, you know.
Yeah, no, that's what I hear often. Even like designers that talk about, like you just said, it takes a 3 to 4 months process, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember a lot of times I'd be watching a podcast and then the person would be talking about, oh, like, you know, this is the designs that I'm doing, whatever. And then one guy was like, yo, don't show that, people might steal it.
Yeah.
He's like, if I'm showing you this, it's because I'm already in the process of doing it. So it's like, if you can beat my process and get it done before then, shout out to you, put it out.
For real.
Because like, this takes a long fucking time. So I'm like, damn, I didn't know it was like that crazy behind the scenes.
No, it is like that. And just like something like this jacket, this probably took me the longest. I dropped this in May last year.
Yeah.
I started working on this in November. And so as a creator, you're working with something, you're working on something and you're hoping, man, this better hit, because I've been working on this for 6-7 months.
I wanted to ask you that. That's my next question. I wanted to ask you that because, like, I'm sure. Oh, sorry, keep going. I don't want to cut you off.
No. You can go, but like it's like it better hit, because the process. By the time people catch up and they're gone through that, it's like, are you still relevant? And that's a hard process. But for me, for myself, it comes down to really honestly seeing in the future, and
so forecasting
what's going on. And you know, there's a lot of videos that I watch, there's a lot of pictures that I see, a lot of reading, and it's tough, man. Like being in the game where you're competing against some serious stuff.
It's really stuff. Like being in the stock market. Like you gotta predict what's gonna be happening out there. That was my question gonna be, because like you're working on these things for months and months, right? There's sometimes a chance where it's like, when you're working on it, it's just bubbling. And then, you see the whole thing happen where it's like, okay, it's peaking, and my shit's not ready yet. And then imagine you're ready at the end of the peak, and people are like, oh, like, we don't really wear that
already
anymore.
had that.
It's like, fuck. Like, I spent all this time working on this, So that's another thing, too. My question for that, too, do you ever get tired of something? Like, let's say you're working on something that you first were super excited, I can't wait to put this out. And then through the process, you're also like, I don't really like wearing this anymore.
So I would say, generally speaking, yeah. But this is why I when I drop something, I make sure this is what I really wanted, right? Yeah. And at least, because when you have that whole time, you're going through that whole process for a few months, and you're talking about it all. It's like, I don't know if you ever had musicians here and they tell you about you're talking about their music, and then you play their music, like, man, I'm so tired of listening to that song. 'Cause you heard that song during the process before the post-process. Like, you heard it so many times, right? But it's the same thing with the clothing, like, where it's like, when I make my stuff, and it's something that I like. It's something that I like. First and foremost, and because it's part of me. It's a creation that I'm putting out to the world. And if I like it, I go to the next part. Is the people gonna like it? Are they out there yet? What's out there yet? Right. So it's tiring, but as I make sure that, like, what I'm wearing, what I'm about to drop, this is really what I want. That's why I take a lot of time with my stuff. Right. It could be a hit or miss so far. It's been all hits for me. But because you just gotta read the game forecasting. But it's tough, man. It's real tough.
I can imagine.
It's real tough.
But it's also a good thing that you're starting from doing what you like. Because then it's like, it's always going to translate in what it is you're putting out, instead of like doing fast fashion, which like companies, like, of course, like Fashion Nova can get away with it. Because they have just a quicker turnover, right? So it's like, they can be, okay, this is popping, I'm going to have some shirts out tomorrow.
Exactly.
So they can do that. But if you're an individual, like at least like a smaller person or a company, and you're doing these things, like, that's rough.
It's real rough, man. I'm telling you, like, even when you first start and you finally get out of the local side, where you said, okay, I'm gonna start doing my thing internationally, in terms of getting your connect with the wholesales and your fabricator and all that stuff. It's like, when you're talking to them, man, they're talking, you're like, yo, I talk to big dogs. You're asking me for 100 pieces. I got people asking me for 10,000 pieces. So what kind of money are you trying to talk? And that's really hard, because even me, when I got really serious with this, with my clothing brand, and I started really focusing on the quality, and I started reaching out to the right people. I would say I'm not gonna big up myself, but like, the people that I talk to is the same people that talks with, like, the higher brand, like the Gallery Depth, the Yeezy. So like, that's who I'm trying to, the type of quality I'm trying to get out. But like,
Yeah.
I'm paying the premium because I'm not doing 10,000 of them, you know?
Exactly,
But like,
exactly, yeah.
I really want the quality, you know? That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
it's hard. It's real tough, man.
Yeah. No, I can imagine, man. Talk to me about what the journey was like in terms of the business side of things. Because I'm sure you're coming up with an idea is one thing, getting the shirt out is another. But then once you're talking about a bigger number, like wholesale and stuff like that, it's like it gets way trickier, right? So, talk to me about what that was like.
It's hard. The business side of it, first, you want your thing to be legit. Anybody can do T-shirts. Anybody can do hoodies. If you're trying to really get in the game, you want to be legit. So you need, your business, your business license and all this stuff, right? So first and foremost, you got to get those. When you embark in that type of journey, that means you're really in depth in it. You're really into it. And when it comes to like the wholesale, you got to have different strategies. And this strategy this year that I did, it was a little bit different from what I've done before. Before it was, I would take the risk of going all in, not showing any samples, not showing anything. I know what I'm about to drop. I drop it. And now that I decided to do something a little bit different, where it's I focus on creating the right piece and not messing with it too much, right? I want to focus on that first, and even if it takes me 3-4 months to do that sample, but that's the right piece, because I know once I commit to that, I commit to that.
You're committed to it.
This year, that's what I did in this drop, where I committed to that, and then I did the whole, like the bulk order. But it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and that's where you have to be invested into it. Like where it's like it's something that you mess with, something that you rock with, and you gotta be all in, because the time that you're putting into and the financials that you're putting into it's stress, right? It's a lot, and especially if you're doing international, where half of the time I'm up at like 2-3 a.m. because that's the time that everybody's up and working, right? It's like if I'm sleeping, I don't get to talk to any of the people that I'm trying to work with.
Exactly.
Right? So it's really stressful. It's very hard, especially when you're a one band team, man band team.
Yeah,
sure.
no, I hear you. Speaking of financials, so I'm sure at the beginning you were working another role to fund your dream, right? When did you decide, all right, this is ready, I'm ready to quit my I guess quote unquote day job to pursue this full time?
So that's a little tricky because as we speak right now, like I'm still in my day-to-day job that I work. I'm still in the field that I study with, in the architectural. I do drafting and estimating, and the funding that I'm getting from it. It's a break or fail, break or success type of thing, because you're getting all this money, and it's funding something that might be a maybe, and I'm putting so much hours into it, and you just burn yourself because you have the passion so much for the clothing, and it's like, man, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, and like even if I have to work 9 to 5, there was time I was doing 9 to 5, and then on Saturday I'm working downtown. I got my photography gig. So like I got so many different pieces that's moving just to fund this.
You're speaking to the choir,
and it's super hard, and I'm starting to get a stage where I feel like I'm getting close to the point where I can fully really commit and settle down on the other things and focus on this, but it's tough. It's a big leap of faith that you got to take.
100%.
And there's a lot of pieces that have to be moved first before you do that.
It is, and I hate that people just like they always preach the opposite. You always see those clips on social media. Quit your job, go 100%.
You gotta be realistic.
Exactly,
you gotta be so realistic.
Like what are you preaching? These people are not ready to do that.
No,
now you're gonna
real.
go into your dream, and then you're gonna crash out, and then be upset, and then hate your dream. But it's like you just weren't ready for that leap yet. That's all it was. You didn't have to listen to that nigga on Instagram.
No, you did. you know those guys. If you do this right now, quit your job. What do they say? Go get a LLC. Put this on that. But like realistically, we gotta be more realistic. Especially like the average Joes out here. You can do what you love to do and still do your 9 to 5. I understand people say it's you got to commit on one side, but
you can do both for a while.
You really could do both. You could really do both until it gets to a point where where one oversees the other, where it's like it's too much. If my clothing brand it became where I gotta do like 1,000 orders a day.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's all I gotta do. That's
exactly,
it.
Exactly.
You know, but like
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, and that's even reaching that level. That's a Zara type of level. That's those are the big dogs. Right?
Exactly.
So like for the don't listen to anybody that be telling you these local guys that making 20 shirts. Like,
Exactly.
listen, man, you're gonna shoot yourself in the leg trying to leave everything just to focus on 20 shirts, 5 shirts. And it's okay. No. It's okay to do both. There's nothing wrong with that.
100%. Like,
you know?
you should be funding your things.
You should.
Like that. So it makes a lot of sense. Talk to me about some of your dream collaborations.
Dream collab, man. I'm a big Pharrell Williams fan. Growing up, I had the Babes, Billionaire Boys Club.
I definitely got a couple fake BBC shirts. Listen, you can't afford it in your high school. What are you gonna do?
But
what are you gonna do?
That's what it comes down to, because even me, like when I see my jackets, where it's like I always wanted a Billionaire Boys Club jacket, but I can make my own jacket now.
That's literally why I copped. Like,
you see what I'm saying? Where it's like I want to be with, I want to collab with these guys, but like I want my own thing. But like my dream, I would say my dream collab for sure would be Pharrell Williams. Big inspiration for me. Growing up at a time where fashion was a big statement in the mid 2000s. And those guys were the guys, man. Like they were making the music and they were making the drops. So
exactly,
that's the go-to.
For real,
you know, real streetwear, street style, but like for sure.
Nah.
And I gotta give a shout out to another clothing brand from New York. There's actually two. Aimé Leon d'Or. That's
love that
man.
brand.
That brand.
That brand is so like, it's like evergreen. It's just nice. Like it's when I first discovered it, I'm like, this is what I want. Like it's like literally like I used to call it the messy rich look because it's like you have like the Pico with the hoodie and the sneakers. And for some reason, I just always liked that ensemble together, right? It just felt very like, this is what I feel like I'd be walking down New York, and I'd be like 15 thinking like this, right? It's like you don't have. It's like, first of all, nigga, you never been to New York. It's like, why do you have a Pico? But I would just have this vision in my mind. I'm like, yo, this would be so sick together. You know, with like the sweatpants pulled up a little till you see the white socks.
The white socks.
And then you see this like the Aimé Leon d'Or thing, and it's like, dog, this is everything.
I aim for those guys, man. Those are the kind of guys that I would love to work with. I would love to be in the same room with them. Just hear how their conversation goes. Man, I'm so inspired by that. Yeah, and that. It's just like you said. It's like a luxury street look. Yes. And it's like a mesh of like, yo, you're wearing a tennis polo shirt, but you got some mean Nikes on, and you pop your collar. You got the cap on. It's crazy.
It's really neat.
It's so neat.
Yeah,
that's
neat.
the word.
Neat is exactly. Really fucking neat. Another brand too that I like and well, I like the leader, or I guess the founder of it, Rude.
Yeah.
Like
come on,
bro.
That's
that Lamborghini Rude jacket, that's a guy. God, that jacket.
I tried so I gotta say those I have like maybe 3 or 4 that I really Rude, ALD, Billionaire Boys Club. I love Kif, like that. These New York guys, man, they know something about fashion, and I get so inspired by them. Even if you see if anybody see my new capsule that just dropped, the pictures, those are coming out right now. We actually shot in the set.
You did.
And I got inspired from the drop that Rude and also Aimé did, where they focus on the art where there's like, it's seamless in the back and it's just the pure art of the clothes, and where you're just sitting down and just pose up. It's
trust me, like those things, like especially when I because I did my first batch of merch like last summer, right? And so when I was doing that, I'm like, I had so many ideas in terms of what I wanted to do for the photo shoot and everything, because I literally wanted to do like a picture day type thing where there's like a little bench and like you have the old school, like, you know, that background, right? I wanted to, so I was just so excited to just have that and have like exactly my vision. And I'm like, you want to do this, but I feel like it's premature, because I'm like, you're going to have to throw so much money at this and you don't want to overcharge your people. So it's like, let's hold on to that, put that to the side. And it's like, I just did the rollout the way I did. And shout out to the people who bought the merch, right? So it's like, that sold out quickly, made good profit too. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is sick. But like, when I think about drops, I'm like, yo, there's so many things I want to just incorporate and put out there and do photo shoots. So it's like,
and it comes down to you gotta have the funds. Really, you gotta have the fun, especially when you're a small business, and it's so hard, man. That's why I keep saying, like, it's so hard. I don't know how people be, unless you made it, and you have the funds. Leaving everything behind just to focus on that, it's really hard. And if you have the capability to that, kudos to you, man.
Yeah, kudos to you, for real.
But just like you said, you're thinking about the money. You're thinking about, if I'm dropping this, how much am I putting this out for?
Yeah.
And for me as a businessman, it's you gotta do a lot of calculation when you're dropping something. Like, how much did I pay for this? How much time did I spend on this? How much should I charge? And then you go, and before you even do that, my process is always like, I look at who am I competing against, and what I'm dropping. How's the market for that out there right now? And I had somebody who asked me the other day when they seen these pants. They're like, yo, man, these pants are crazy. And then the guy goes, yo, but it's like $95. I'm like, yo, listen, you buy $79.99 at Zara for those whack ass plain cargo pants. Yeah. You telling me you don't want this fire? Because I know you're saying that because you don't trust the brand, because it's not Zara. Exactly. It's not the big dogs. But like, yo, man, there's a reason why this price is this price.
That part.
Like, and that's big, and that's real big, and that's what I'm trying to get into. Whereas people need to understand that, like, when you're a small business, you're not just throwing numbers out there.
Yeah, no.
You're not just throwing numbers. No, like, if I was just throwing numbers, I'll be charging you guys $600 for a jacket.
That's what I'm saying.
If we're really being truthful, you know what I'm saying? Because like, the guys I'm trying to compete, if you go to Billionaire Boys Club jacket, you seeing it's $400 or $500 jacket, you're gonna cop it. I know you're gonna cop it.
Of course, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? If I'm telling you that I'm getting the same material, the same fabric, and this is like handcrafted, because like at least them, when they're doing it, it's like there's like 1,000 them. Me, I'm doing like one by one, like stitched up everything. So like, you're telling me you're not going, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the trust factor. It's hard. It's hard for the trust factor, and I'm trying to get into that, where people need to really respect small businesses. Man. There's a lot of work that goes into it.
Definitely, definitely. Another question too is, what's been your favorite part of this whole journey so far?
Favorite part? Oh man. The end result, when it comes out, and you see the reaction of what people get, because when you've been in the process of making the work, and you get caught up on it, you don't appreciate it as much anymore, until you're done, and then you put it out there, and everybody's like, yo, this is crazy, and you're thinking like, whatever, man, I've been wearing this for like 5 months, but like, you're not seeing it anymore, and it's like, when I see people mess with what I have, that's real love. That means, like, they appreciate the work that's going on. They appreciate the art that's being put out. And that's my favorite part. My favorite part, where generally people just like what I have. And I have people that tell me, man, I went to this basketball game. I seen like 5 people that had your jacket. Jeez. I don't even know any of them.
Jeez.
So it's like, that's really what it comes down to. Where like, people are wearing my stuff, and like, just like you say, you had your jacket on, everybody saying,
compliments and shit.
Man, that's a good jacket. And that gives me a lot of confidence.
And I love to add the additional thing. I'm like, like the owner, this is Congolese.
Yeah.
Be like, well, like, come on.
You're trying to put on, man.
Always.
I appreciate it. That's love.
Of course. All right. So what I want to do now is pivot to the next segment, which is like some news. We're just gonna kind of talk about some headlines and then get your opinion on it. All right. So this week has not been too crazy of a week. Right, it's been relatively light. There's been some shit that popped up that I didn't necessarily care about, so I'm like, I'll let that bus pass by. You know what I mean? But recently I watched Fast X. Did you watch it?
Oh my god, no.
What are your feelings on the Fast and Furious movies?
It should have ended like seven series ago. That's what it should have ended.
All right, so I watched it. I talked about this also on the Extra Gravy podcast. Shout out Extra Gravy. You guys go check that episode out. It's a fantastical movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's like imaginary at this point, where it's like the things and stunts that they are doing, it's insane.
I was having a conversation with one of my boys the other day, and he's telling me that he wanted to watch it. I said, listen, man, if you want, I've seen some of the stuff that they do. Like, I'm talking about The Rock stopping a flying car, like
I was
like a straight ball pass. Hey, yo, give me the rock. Literally, give me the rock. You know, like I'm seeing some crazy. I'm like, you guys are getting out of hand. That's why I used to like, even when it was like the Tokyo Drift and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool. Like it was all about cars. Now it's like. The Rock, he's at the hospital. He breaks his cast. I'm ready to fight. That's like let's be real.
That's literally what he did. Like
holding missiles and just redirecting it.
Redirecting the missiles. Like Vin Diesel crashed his car into a bridge so he can fly out and catch Letty in the air and land on a hood. And the hood barely cracked.
Come on.
And I'm like, all right, bro, what's going on right now, bro?
Something's fishy here. I think it started going left when they got like a new direct. I don't know, like a different creator.
I didn't even know they had the change there. But yeah, the whole thing is just it got so detached from the original thing of racing. It's like, what are we doing? Like,
I don't even think it's racing anymore.
It's not even about. They're like CIA things now. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. They're doing missions. Like, Tej is a super like hacker now. Like, which he used to own a garage. Now he's a hacker, and there's a female hacker that's also crazy. And he can fight now, and I'm like, dog, this is just what is going on, you know?
I didn't know how you spent hours watching that,
bro. It's it's like a guilty pleasure, you know what I mean? I think it's a guilty pleasure at this point. It's like I've been invested in this
Might
series.
as well just end it.
Exactly. So it's like, and what they're saying now is they're gonna start a Toretto spinoff.
Come on.
So like with just the Torettos, I'm like, all right, man, we're getting.
I think they're stretching it.
They've been stretching it.
But you know what? There's people that like it, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's one of those it's a box office movie. You know what I mean? So it's
action, jump pack, loud is everything. And
exactly.
Guns, fighting. So hey, if they like it, they like it. You keep doing what you got to do. But
they're making money doing it. And,
it's not for me. I'm not watching that.
And Ludacris talked about it too, right? Like they asked him, like, "Yo, like, why do you guys keep making this?" Because we're making billions of dollars.
Facts.
Like if you're putting $1 million in and you're getting billions back, like
why not?
We're not gonna stop. So. I'm like, I don't.
That's a hustle. Hey, man, if you're making that much money, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's just like this term that they say, you don't change a team that wins, man. If you keep winning, why would you change teams?
If it ain't broke, don't
fix it, you know?
Exactly. So that's going on. I also saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2 like a little while back.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
Did you watch that?
No, not yet.
So Guardians of the Galaxy was a movie that I did not really fuck with, like Marvel-wise, because I'm like, yo, I'm going to watch these animals and these weird niggas do shit.
Yeah.
You know, but then my little sister, she was really into it. And then she's like, yo, like the new one's coming out. Like, because what we're doing now, me and my sisters, is when a movie comes out, we all go see it together. One of us pays for the whole thing. And it's like, okay, it's your turn. Let's cop. It's movie night. So we've been doing that for a while now.
Cool.
And so it was her turn for this. Guardians of the Galaxy's coming out. I'm going to cop. Like, we're going. And I'm like, yo, I didn't watch the first or the second one. She's like, yo, you need to. I'm like, oh, I'm like dragging my feet, you know? So I'm like, okay, you know what? I have to go watch it in the next day. So I'm like, or 2 days. I'm like, let me watch the first one. I watched the first one, and I was like, oh, okay. It's kind of cool. Like, I actually fuck with them. I was very surprised. And then I watched the second one up until like half, like 3/4, because I was just like, this is too much movie shit, you know? Yeah. But then I watched the third one, and fam, that was a very good fucking movie.
It's a good movie.
Like, it'll actually get you in your feels. Like, go with your kid, bro.
Yeah.
You might even tear up. I'm telling you, like, I was in the theater like, yo, why are they going to make me feel like this? Like, what? Like, I'm about to tear up.
I
like,
love Marvel, man.
Bro.
Marvel, they do a lot. They do more hits than miss. They've been a few misses, but they do a lot of hits.
They really,
and
really
I like the
do.
Guardian Galaxy. Yeah.
Yo,
more and all of them.
I don't want to spoil it. You didn't watch it, right?
No.
I don't want to spoil it. They're just going into the background of Rocket and how he came to be, like the raccoon, like how he came, you know? So it's like, it was real, man.
I always thought the Rocket was like, I don't know if you guys ever played PS2 or back in the days, Ratchet and Clank. He reminded me of that character.
Nah, I never played that. I don't know. He looks
Ratchet
like
and
that?
Clank,
Yeah. Okay.
Ratchet and Clank. It was like the raccoon, big gun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that
sounds just like Rocket, bro. Sounds just like him.
I'm gonna watch that.
You definitely should. Also, Boogeyman is a new movie that's coming out. I'm gonna watch that too.
I'm trying to get my wife to watch that.
Yeah,
she's not a
scary movie person.
She's not a scary person. I'm like, let's watch it because you're not a scary movie person.
Yeah, I love that. I love those ones. So you're a horror movie person? Like you like scary movies?
Yeah, I love scary movies. I love scary movies.
My guy, bro.
You know, I'm a big movie fan, man. I love movies, especially the sci-fis and man, like I'm a big Marvel guy.
Yeah,
I'm a big sci-fi guy. I love shows like Westworld.
Bro, I started. I didn't finish.
Raising by Wolves.
Bro, I don't even know that show. What is that on?
Oh, Crave, man.
Crave, okay.
Crave is HBO is where it's at.
HBO
be putting out the best quality work.
Oh, yes.
I'll trade in my HBO for anything, man. Like, that's
Man, you watching Succession?
my wife actually watches Succession.
Yo, you need to get. No, you need to.
There's a lot of shows to watch on that.
Yeah,
on
too
HBO.
many shows.
There's a lot. There's
too
a lot.
many fucking shows. Like, I started watching Snowfall.
Yeah.
I'm in season 5 right now. You finished it?
Yeah, I didn't finish
You
it.
finished? Okay, I don't want to spoil it.
That's a real good show.
Yeah, no, season 5 is like, dog. I feel like they kind of.
Huh?
Yeah, big show guy. But it's like I feel like they kind of dropped the ball in this season. I'm still watching it, of course, because I want to finish it. But it's just like, dog, it's so different from the other ones. But yeah, just a bunch of shows now that I'm trying to start that I've been wanting to start. Also, The Wire. I started a couple episodes too.
Well, hold on. You never watched The Wire?
I never
before?
watched The
That's
Wire, bro.
crazy.
I know my older sister
but
watched
that's
it.
crazy.
I know, fam. That's why I'm watching it now. Cause
I gotta ask you. So you never watched Sopranos?
I did.
Okay.
Actually. Sopranos.
I
watched
least
it
you got
after
one
air.
out of two.
Yeah. Sopranos, I definitely watched after air. Entourage, I had to watch.
Okay.
Breaking Bad, of course, watch that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those.
Yeah.
I made sure I
Okay.
had to get those classics.
You gotta
out the
watch.
way.
You gotta watch Dexter too.
Yo, watch that.
Big show.
Are you watching the remake or the continuation?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Okay, me neither.
I didn't
yeah.
watch it yet.
But
No.
the original was fire.
The original was really good.
It was
It was
sick.
real good.
Yeah, two big show guys here, bro. Like, we're just going on tangents about talking about shows and shit. But okay, let's get into music for a little bit. Let's see what dropped. So yeah, Rory from the Rory and Mal podcast, he dropped an album. Are you a fan of R&B?
I'm a big fan of R&B. I
Okay,
love
okay.
music. I love music.
Perfect. So he dropped an album, and bro,
Let me hear that.
let's see what's
Music?
Rory's a producer, bro.
A producer or
He
artist?
producer, like he kind of curated this whole album. What should I start with? I'm gonna start with this record. So this is Conway the Machine, Pablo Brown, and of course Rory.
It's like that R&B pop, R&B dance pop.
So this is the more up-tempo record on the album, but I play this because Conway's on this, and he was on this beat like I never heard him rap like this.
But you my little secret though. Well, not a secret, but keep shit low. I'm the man in my city, big chief on my homes. Whoa, who you know got game like
Right?
that?
Conway the Machine rapping like this, crazy. Another song that's still. I mean,
What's the name of this album?
his name of this album is "I Thought It'd Be Different." This one, Ari Lennox, James Fauntleroy. Bro, he got James Fauntleroy out of hiding. I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
That's hard.
Dog, crazy. What else you
You
got?
putting me on, man. You putting me on right now.
I'm telling you, this right here, bro, this is the one. He also has King with Kirby and C.S. Armstrong. Like, Rory was in his fucking bag when he made this.
You put me on, bro. When did this drop? On Friday?
It dropped on Friday. Dropped on Friday. And what else? Don't Go with Pink Sweats, who is a ROTM alumni. Stop playing with me, come on. He's on this too. And Sinead Harnett too. So yeah, they did their thing, man. This album is
that's
really,
tough.
really good.
I like that. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the kind of music. This is the kind of music I'll be listening to when I'm doing my work.
Exactly, right? Nice calm music, no Chief Keef, you know what I mean? You don't want to hear the hi-hats. But
Not trying to kill nobody.
yeah, exactly. But nah, that dropped, and then what else do we got? Marlon put me onto this actually. Leon Thomas, Crash and Burn. So Leon Thomas is an actor, and he's been producing and making music for a while now. Bro, it's
That's that Drake outro type of beat.
exactly yeah. He did his thing on there. And then we also got, of course, Kate Ramina album, which I'll get to in a little bit. I want to play Little Things by my ex-wife Jorja Smith. Let me just we're still working through the paperwork right now. That's all.
Who's getting the house?
Listen, it's still up in the air right now. I told her she can have it. She doesn't have to, like, we're good.
You're good.
But like we'll see what she decides, to be honest. Little Things, all right. She dropped this. I'm like, yo, when the beat drop, bro, your waistline's moving, bro.
I didn't know that you'd be here
what?
tonight.
Hey, that remind me of the what was the track that Drizzy did from
Get It Together.
Yeah.
It does sound like
It
that.
sounds a little bit like that. How she feel about you listening to her music?
I think listen, we're not speaking terms right now, but we're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together. But now she dropped that was hard, and then we also have the K Tramine album that dropped, and that was cool. I was expecting way more summer vibes because that's kind of what they were promoting, but they did their thing. It was a cool album.
There's a lot of music that didn't come out yet. Summer is still here, man.
Yeah,
It didn't start yet, so
summer.
don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
Exactly. One of my favorites from that album is this Salsa Up. Yeah.
Salsa, I'm finna go and salsa. She want me to treat her like a slut, so I'm finna go and salsa.
Like Amine just flowing on every and any beat on this, and it's just doing its thing. Like they're a sick ass combo.
That's different.
Yeah, they're a crazy ass combo. And let's see what else dropped. I think that was it. Yeah, go listen to those all those tracks that I played. I'm gonna send you the Rory album.
Send me that.
I feel like you'll definitely fuck with that one.
That was hard. Send me that.
Yeah, it was definitely a thing. Also, I guess I didn't even mention it. Damn, this is my last episode being 27. Oh damn, I didn't even do that.
It's a turn up then.
Yeah, I know.
It's a turn up.
It is, man.
What's going on for your birthday?
We're doing a little. I mean, nobody can come and shoot me, so I'm good. Yeah, we're doing a thing at apartment tonight. Yeah, because I always go there. So I'm like, you know what? Let's get a little spot and just just turn up a little. So.
Region over here too, man. Set from studio.
Yeah. I'll tell you when to forward here. But we're doing that tonight. It's gonna be fun. Turning 28.
Damn.
Which is a strange age because it's just like a.
It's like whatever. It's like I can do whatever I want, but I gotta get my life serious. I gotta start.
Yeah. It feels like it's like you have 2 years to get your act together type shit.
Yeah.
It's like because I feel like once you're on the other side of 25, that's when you're like, did Kimmy get in? He didn't call you? My bad. Listeners are kind of confused, but you'll see. You'll see next episode. You'll be like, oh, okay, I see what's going on.
He got a little surprise for you guys.
A little surprise
for you guys. That's my guy too.
Yeah, he's a real one. But yeah, like so 20. Once you're past 25, you're kind of like, all right, it's time to get serious.
Yeah.
And then you kind of move different, which I guess is kind of true.
I get it.
After 25, and then once you hit 30, I feel like it's maybe another chapter. But even people that are on the other side of 30, they're like, yeah, like it's fine. Like as long as you're not doing crack.
That's what I was gonna say. Man, listen, man, the age is nothing but a number. There's so much you can catch anything at any time, and I have so I got my. I'm not gonna try to big up myself, but I bought my house when I was 26.
No, big up yourself, man. You hear that? You homeless ass niggas.
Come on.
You could never.
Come on.
You are renting. You are in your mom's basement. That's literally me. That's fine, guys. That's okay if you're living with your parents. But he's not, bitch.
You cracked me up, dude. Listen, hey, I was just talking to you had him on the show here. Big AB.
Yes.
That's my guy. That's my brother for life, right there. Grew up
real one,
that's my dude.
Yeah.
I remember when I was I'm a little older than him, so I used to go to the mall. I'm good dog with his brother.
Yeah.
His older brother. So we're going to the mall, and like he was the guy who was running behind. Hey, can I come with you guys? But like he just turned. He just got past the 25 side, and he was like, yo man, I remember when you were like 26 and I'm like, man, you're doing big things for yourself at that age. Everybody got a different view. Like at that point in my life, I was focused on different things. Yeah. And which resulted to what I did. Yeah. But don't short yourself on the foot, because what you're doing at a certain age, and as long as you're taking it serious and you see a future on him, man, you're good. Yeah. You're good.
Nah, he's definitely, and I always thought he was older too. Like once we found out he's born 96, we're like, what the fuck?
He's a young boy.
Yeah, like, what the hell? Like, bro, or no, 97, my bad, 97.
He's a young boy.
I was like, damn, bro, I thought this guy was like older than us. But Nah, it's like in the fact that you, bro, got a house that young. Congrats, bro.
Yeah, appreciate
That's
you.
not
man.
easy to do. Niggas
It's
are mad.
not. It's not.
I might have to go OT, fam.
Man, I'm thinking of going OT too.
Either that or I'm moving packs, bro. I don't know. We'll see. It's a wobbler, but no, we're ready to move on to the next segment. We got silly shit, of course. You know what we do here. We do a shot to open the segment. Please, sir, pass us the good tequila.
The good
Do a
stuff.
shot.
The good stuff.
And then
Hey, double up for him because it's his birthday.
No, damn. I'm doing 2 episodes today too.
Hey
Fuck.
man, double up on him. So it's your birthday, man.
Oh my
you know?
god, man. Starting early, eh?
Hey,
There you go. I don't want to
start
grab
at
your
like
cup.
Just started at like 7 a.m. You know, it's COVID these days. Everybody gets sensitive.
Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Drake said it best, you know? All right, and just like that, we're back with alcohol in our cups.
Appreciate you,
Cheers for chili shit. Fucking hell. Big ass shot.
Yeah, we good.
No Chase or Warrior, stop playing.
It's the weekend.
Anyway,
It's the weekend. Man.
It's the weekend, man.
You got Sunday to recover. Don't worry about that.
Barely. All right, silly shit question, which was sent in at the ROTMPOD page on Instagram. Would you rather fight a goose every time you wake up for the rest of your life, or fight a male silverback gorilla once every 2 years? Now they're saying surprise attack from the goose every day. Like you don't know when or where it's gonna come from, but you will have to fight every single day. So
Listen. So you telling me you're either trying to get a chance of living or die against the silverback, because you're gonna die against that guy.
you think so?
He gonna crush you.
Nah,
Are you crazy?
You think I'm not gonna?
Yo, have you seen a video of one of those guys in the zoo when you just trying to get them amped and they stand up? Holy smoke!
Yeah,
Bro, chest pumping and everything. And
bro.
you don't
Yeah,
want
there's.
that, man.
Listen, if you think I'm picking either of these, you're crazy. I'm killing myself. Nah.
But if you had to pick one,
If I had to pick one,
I'm going with the goose. No.
yeah, you have to go. You have to fight the goose. But the thing is, like, it brings up traumatic times for me, right? Because let me tell you a story, fam. Once you're living in Toronto, you already know you fought a goose before, right? This one time, I'm on a date. You know what I mean? I'm young Duke. This is way back. I'm on a date. You know, we saw a movie. We're walking. This is like at Eglinton Town Center. That's a low spot. If you're trying to take, you know, it's a low spot. If you know, you know. Anyway, we're walking through that parking lot. This is before I was driving. Damn, niggas was young. Anyway, walking to the parking lot, we're coming back. You know, Shorty was holding onto my hand. I'm like, I'm that nigga. You know? And then we're walking through. I see like a little bush and there's like a bunch of goose, I guess, around.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever. So we just walked there. And then I guess there was maybe babies that were there. And so the mom came straight for me. I let go of Shorty's hand. I walked a little bit quicker and I was like, damn, I caught myself immediately. I'm like, yo, that's fucked, bro.
How far did you run before you?
I didn't run. I almost went to run. And I was like, oh, I let go of her hands. It's not a good look.
So you're not getting a second date after that one.
Yeah, nah, I definitely did, but it was a wobbler. Like it was one of those things. I was like, I shouldn't have done that. That was not a good look. But well, yeah, so when you're talking about goose, it just brings me back to that, and I'm like, dog, they already want to fight. So, but it's silverback gorilla, bro.
You want to fight that, man?
I mean, you have to.
Like you get 2 years where you get to prep, but
yeah, but
buddy,
nah,
man, you better win that first fight. 'Cause you don't want to do it the next 2 years.
There's no way
no way
a human can win against a gorilla, fam.
Bro,
There's no fucking way, dog.
the thing is looking at you without even smiling. Like, you know it's go time. Like,
Bro, have you seen a gorilla do this? Like, just how quick they do. Like, nah. If that's your head, dog, forget about it. You're forgetting
just
everything.
Put it in the middle.
Exactly. You're done. You're fucking done. But now I think we're both picking the goose.
Yeah, I'm picking the goose.
We're picking the goose.
I had my wife told me this story one time that she got bit by a goose. When she was a kid.
Damn.
She's still traumatized about it till today.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. Those things are mad aggressive.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah,
this
yeah,
is...
yeah, they are.
Bro, oh my God. I remember this one time too. We were walking back from high school. I'm not going to say who I was with, but some niggas that you guys know.
Don't expose.
You guys know. They've been on the show before. They're good friends of mine. That's all I'm going to say. We're walking back. Tell me why this nigga, we saw a group of goose. Is it geeses, goose, whatever. Anyway, plural of goose. We saw them there. The nigga takes a rock. Let's throw some rocks at him.
Oh, God.
I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. He throws the first rock. It hits the thing's back. All you hear is, God! You can't. I held my head like, yo, this is wrong. This is so wrong. And then we all just, it was just, I don't know, man.
Oh, you guys were one of those guys who just.
He was that
fuck
nigga.
shit up,
To
huh?
me, I was like, yo, something's wrong with you. Why would you do that to that animal? It didn't do anything. You know what I mean? But yeah,
That's
was
crazy.
It was an interesting day. Interesting day.
I have a in my front yard there's like a bird nest right there right now. This family of birds, I guess they're raising their little chirps, and I kid you not, every time I come out the house, the way that thing be looking at me,
Yeah.
I'm scared for my life, and it's like this little bird, but I'm like,
no.
it's crazy how they can get so protective when you're around their kids or the
Yeah,
little
they're
ones.
young.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
trying to touch your thing. I'm just trying to walk to my car.
Yeah.
And you're trying to attack me right now.
Jesus Christ. bro.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't need that. I'm not trying to start my day like that fighting a bird. You're getting into your car stressed and sweaty and shit. Like, nah.
Like, what'd you do? Yeah, you did a marathon? Nah, I was just fighting a bird.
Fighting a fucking bird. It's funny as hell, man. But now, man, that's all I have for you for silly shit. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, man.
fire.
That was fun.
Please do plug anything you have to plug.
Yes, sir.
Things you got coming out and where people can find you.
Oh man, yeah, you guys can find me in Instagram, uba.clothing. You can find me same name tag on TikTok. Check the page out, ubaclothing.com, and appreciate the love, appreciate the support. We're a small business here, and we're trying to showcase some good art to the world, and that's all it's all about. It's all about the showcasing the good work, and I just want to, maybe you can have a friend that will like it. It doesn't necessarily have to be you, but
No, you guys are definitely gonna like it.
Tap in for real.
Definitely. And like I always say, you guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here watching us on YouTube or listening to us on whatever it is you're doing, right? So for that, I'm forever grateful. Thank you. Keep sharing the show. Keep telling a friend to tell a friend.
You're doing a good job, bro.
Thank you.
This show is crazy. I'll be watching. I'm like, man,
I try.
I gotta get like 3 episodes in there.
Yeah, you're definitely welcome back. You're definitely welcome back, bro. Anytime you have some shit you want to get off your chest, come on. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So again, we're gonna be back in a couple weeks. Well, in a week, you're gonna see the clips, and then in another week, you'll see a new episode. So yeah, we out. And also, this was again shot at Set and Film Studios. Book with him. It's gonna be very hard for you to book, especially after seeing this set.
Hey man, shout out to Set and Film. That's where I shot my Capsule 4 studio.
Come
pics,
on, man. Come on.
Man.
We got a lot more cooking too. A lot more cooking. So yeah, you guys stay tuned, and we'll be out.